Anyways, good morning from GTR World Cup. It is a overcast Sunday morning. Yeah, it's drizzling right now. It's bound to be a good day, but it hasn't started that way yet, so we're gonna try to catch the drivers meeting. Let's see what the plan is for today.
To go into the cab the next day.
For whatever reason, you will get a chance to run, and then obviously we'll run out here. So we hope to go racing at around 10:30, 11. That's when the sun should be out. It should heat up the track and get rid of all this moisture. So just we have to sit tight until then. But we will run out Q3. Everyone will get 3 full qualifiers. So if you haven't gotten one, don't worry, you're going to get one. DCT Street. Once we finish that round, we're going to populate the Elite 8 field. Remember, the top 8 cars are going to get segmented out in their own class, their own trophy, their own payout. The number 9 car is going to set the breakout for the bottom half of that class. Basically, it's 15 hundredths per second. So if you go 0.151 seconds quicker than the breakout, you're out. So just keep that in mind. We'll make sure we put it in the app. You'll know exactly where you're going to be at. But that ladder will get set the second we finish Q3. Any questions at all so far? You guys good? We're probably going to run a pretty tight schedule. Probably not that much different than yesterday, just so we can get out of here in time, get everybody back to the hotel, have enough time for the dinner, and not rush everybody. The weather looks, other than it being a little cold and overcast right now, we should have a dry day. Once the sun comes out, it should be a better track than it was yesterday, so hopefully everybody goes quicker. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
What time is dinner?
Dinner is, all I know is when cocktails start. Cocktails start at 6:30. Yeah.
How many drinking?
Drinking starts at 6, so you can use that as your start point.
Do they have to have heat in our motors?
What's up?
Do they have to have heat in our motors?
Just a little bit.
Put heat in the motor.
We don't require heat motors.
Heat in the motor. Just making sure.
Morning.
Did do it oil, send it out there.
Just keep it full.
Testington goes slow, needs to come out to one of these.
Anyway, so overcast right now. Looks like it's, feels like it's black. Definitely feel it on my face. So we need these clouds to go away. That's what we need. We need the clouds to go away, so they can start. Let me see. Yeah, they're just dragging the track right now, but it's drizzling, so this fog needs to go bye-bye for things to get better. So I don't know, it's just the time. It's supposed to be a good day. We're supposed to see the sun today. If we do, we're gonna have a better track than yesterday, like Eric said, and that's all I can say right now. Right now I'm just gonna get back to the media room and try to finish up setting up all this equipment, and I'll be with you guys sooner than later. So nothing going on right now, just start liking, sharing, commenting. That way everybody knows this thing is on, and we should have a good day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Drag racing round number 1 eliminations here at the 2022 GTR World Cup. Thank you all so much for being patient. We're about to get things underway. So once again, as I mentioned, All the qualifying yesterday leads us up to this. We basically qualify vehicles based on ET and performance, and we pair them up based on that performance. So this is a preset ladder to determine who will run who, and because of breakage and other occurrences, we will have some singles, and we're going to start that off right here as Kevin Stowe in the Sissio Performance backed ride that is rolling up on the left-hand side was due to face Perrin Shaw. Shaw, unfortunately, has suffered breakage, so Kevin Stowe is going to get a single here in the left lane. Now, he can idle down the racetrack, or he could choose to make a full pass. So let's see what he does as we kickstart eliminations. Stowe's gonna leg it out. Looking for a low pass, 941, 158 miles an hour. He qualified with a 918, so he slows just a little bit. But that will get him into round number 2. 941, 158 miles an hour for Stowe. That will move him into round number 2. So let's go to a pair. Lindsey Locke and Barry Schwert. Both of them out of Sissio Performance. So a little in-camp rivalry action going on right here. Schwert in the Lamborghini. Over on the right-hand side, he is the higher qualified car. 886 at 167 miles an hour. The Porsche of Locke out of Cummings, Georgia on the left-hand side. Qualified number 9 with a 986. So the higher qualified car is on the right-hand side. We have seen upsets happen here, though, where it's how you react to the Christmas tree. Whoever gets the better reaction time gets the jump, so to speak. If you can hold your opponent off, that would be what's called a whole shot victory. So the reaction time is ever so important and equalizes the field. Waiting on the Porsche to go into the stage beam. And he's there and ready to go. Here we go. Tree drops, and both of them off the starting line, and the Lamborghini having problems. The Porsche rockets towards the finish line on the left side. And we have an upset, 979 at 150 miles an hour for Lindsey Locke. That will be a win, and that's an upset as Barry suffers problems and will coast down the right-hand side. So the higher qualified car of Schwert, unfortunately, having problems just off the starting line. And that will end his weekend. And now he has come to a stop just past the 8th mile mark. So we're going to double check, make sure there's no fluid down, as it looks like the car might have just gone into limp mode, but let's check and find out before we send the next pair down.
You guys tell me, leave it like this, right like this right now, or like it was before. So let me see. Alright, for now I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I'm gonna switch it back, and then you guys tell me what you want to do. Alright, for now I'm gonna leave it like this.
All right, so my DCT Elite 8 drivers, thank you so much for coming to the staging lanes. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I need DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme, I need you to the staging lanes. And again, just as the other ones, please make sure you leave some room in front and behind you to get moved around, because there are 10 of you. DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme. I need you to lanes 11 and 12, please. DCT Extreme, lanes 11 and 12, please. Following car numbers I need for DCT Extreme. Car number 31, car number 32, car number 33, car number 35, car number 37, car number 38, car number 36, car number 41, and car number 40. I need DCT Extreme to come back to the staging lanes for round number 1. 11 and 12, please. DCT Extreme. There are 10 of you. I need you to lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up for round number 1. And again, please leave room in front and behind you so we can move you around. All right, what should be our next pair has turned into a single, as Gerhold has broke. So the Sheepy race car, unfortunately, out of this one, and the Rada Race Lab car of Alec DeSano, little four-door Audi, will move on. DeSano going 9 flat with a 1 yesterday. Can he get into the 8s? Top end says 9:11, 151 miles an hour. So he slows a little bit from yesterday, but it's good enough for a round victory. So DeSano will move on. Once again, I need DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme. I need you to lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up, please. DCT Extreme. Need you to lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up, please. I need car number 39, Freimeyer. Car number 33, Haslam. Car number 37, Kerr. Car number 32, Cyber. Car number 38, Nunes. Car number 31, Martin. Car number 35, Fike. Car number 40, Clark. Car number 36, Dorsick. And car number 41, Femena. I need all of you to the staging lanes 11 and 12 for DCT Extreme round number 1. Here comes our next pair. David Zawalensky out of Rada Race Lab on the right side. Mike Taliercio out of ProLube NFS over on the left side. The higher qualified car on the right, the underdog on the left, they're off on green. David in the right-hand side starts to pull ahead, 887, 158 miles an hour for the Audi. Will get the better of Taliercio's 981 at 138. So Zawinski will go to round number 2 with the best ET of round number 1. The number 3 qualifier, the highest qualified car remaining, he will go to round number 2. That wraps up round number 1 of DCT Street. Let's switch gears and go to round number 1 of DCT Elite 8. Our first pair out, Amy Palo and Chris Lee. Lee out of Morristown, New Jersey, the shop Houston-backed GTR, car number 67 on the right-hand side. Palo out of Rockwall, Texas, making the long haul out here with the 2016 Audi on the left-hand side. The higher qualified car on the left at an 824. The underdog on the right-hand side with an 862. The right-hand side gets the whole shot. Chris Lee is out in front. Can Palo come around? Top end says 817, 175 miles an hour for Amy. Her best pass of the weekend. The Audi driver getting it done. Chris Lee goes 872 at 154. Had the whole shot, but not good enough. Amy Palo going around number 2. All right, here comes what should be our next pair. It turned into a single. Lance Kane out of West Chicago, Illinois, the 2017 Audi R8. Getting a single here as they were due to face Dominic Steele, who unfortunately had the crash yesterday. So Kane will get a single to round number 2 and is going to choose to just roll it down the racetrack and save the parts and pieces. And when you have a single, You can do this. The only thing is your elapsed time will obviously suffer, so you may give up lane choice. A 16:29 at 71 miles an hour, almost guaranteeing that Kane will probably not have lane choice in round number 2. Here comes what should be our next pair, but again, breakage for Jason Hefner. That will give Alex Rodriguez's Lamborghini, car number 68, an opponent broke single where they will face Kane, who just went down on a single. So will Rodriguez run faster than 16:29? Rodriguez will also cruise it down. The question is, will he run faster than 16:29 for lane choice in the semifinals? Amazingly enough, ladies and gentlemen, 20 seconds, and I just ate my words. Kane will get lane choice in the semifinals with a 16-second pass. Extreme. Lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up, please. DCT Extreme. Lanes 11 and 12 for pairing for round 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your final pair of round number 1 of DCT Street Elite 8, rolling up to the water. Once again, I do not need anybody standing on the wall. The two that are standing on the wall, please hop down. That's a safety concern. Please hop off the wall. Thank you. Please no standing or sitting on the wall. And once your car is run, we ask that you please move off the starting line. All right, your final pair, ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Crossley and Brooke Barini. Brooke Barini out of Leesburg, Virginia. The AMS Alpha Princess GTR, probably the most reflective paint job on the property. The 2009 GTR over on the right-hand side qualified number 2 with an 8:18 pass. Ricky Crossley, the green 2020 Audi R8, the T1 raceback to ride out of Rockwell, Texas, qualified number 6 with an 8:37. That shows just how close we are in Elite 8. 4 qualifying positions and only 0.2 of a second. That could very easily be made up on a hole shot. So Ricky Crossley with an 8:37 goes in the underdog. Brooke Barini goes in the favorite in the right-hand side. Crossley says he's ready. Barini stages up and is ready. And Barini getting a hole shot here. The Alpha Princess out in front. Crossley tries to keep it close. Top end says the whole shot win. 8:28 taking out an 8:26. Ricky Crossley improving by over 1/10 of a second. Brooke Barini, the whole shot, paved the way to a half a car length victory. Brooke Barini will go to the semifinals. Once again, I need all crew members to clear the starting line, please. All crew members, clear the starting line at this time. All crew members, please clear the starting line immediately. We will not continue until you do. All crew members, please clear the starting line. So ladies and gentlemen, your semifinals of DCT Elite 8 will put Kane against Rodriguez, with Kane having lane choice. And then an all-female battle, Amy Palo against Brooke Barini, and Palo has lane choice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch gears figuratively and move to DCT Extreme. This is the fast class for DCT. First pair up is Brian Haslam and Jesse Freimeyer. Freimeyer, the #1 qualifier with a 779 in car number 39. That's the Sissio Performance Back 2015 GTR on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Left-hand side, also a 2015 GTR. A little bit of carbon adorning the blue of Brian Haslam's car out of T1 Race. Car number 33. He qualified number 6 at an 870. Almost 1 second slower than Jesse Freimeyer, so a huge underdog left-hand side looking for the upset. The green light is on and a slight hole shot for Brian Haslam, but Jesse Freimeyer saying no thanks, coming on through. See you later. 767, 186 miles an hour for low ET. He drops the hammer by over 1/10 of a second. And despite Brian Haslam's improved 849 best of the weekend, Jesse Freimeyer just put bus lengths on him. So Jesse Freimeyer once again setting notice that he has the quick car to beat. As he lays down low ET and chops a 10th off of it for round number 1. Let's go to the next pair. Jordan Martin and Joseph Nunez, a pair of Lamborghinis, going to do battle right here, round number 1 of DCT Extreme. Jordan Martin, the Prime Cuts AMS-backed Alpha Lamborghini. That's the black car, number 31, on the left-hand side of the racetrack. He qualified number 10. Has not made a good pass yet. So kind of an unknown quantity coming in here. Not sure what the car can truly do. The right-hand side, Joseph Nunez out of Grand Junction, Colorado, half the performance backed. The red Lamborghini looking oh so sweet with the parachute and the carbon wing on the back. He qualified number 5 at an 821, and I can't say he's the favorite here because the left-hand side has not made a pass yet, so we don't really know if he's got something left in the tank or if they've struggled and are going to continue to struggle. We're going to find out right now. They're all staged and ready. Left side going, wheels up. Can he hang on to it? He's stretching the advantage top end, says 774, 186 miles an hour for Jordan Martin. His first pass of the weekend, and he lays down a stout number. Joseph Nunez going 794. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessing history, the first ever side-by-side 7-second Lamborghini battle. And how about that? Feel bad for Nunez. He goes 794. He improves from his qualifying time by 0.3 of a second, only to get shut out by over a car length. Martin came in an unknown quantity, having problems, didn't make a full run, and just lays down a 774, second quickest time in the class so far. Whew! Let's go to pair number 3, Kyle Cyber and Clay Kira. Kira in the T1 Raceback 2017 GTR on the right, the Audi Autorado Race Lab on the left. The right-hand side, a huge hole shot for Kira, the number 3 qualifier. He went 790 in qualifying. How about a 763, 180 miles an hour for Clay? That's low ET. An 888 with an 8 on the end of it at 161 is Kyle Cyber's best pass of the weekend, but to no avail, he's over a second behind. Holy cow. Clay Kerr, 763, 180 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Low ET of the meet. Woo! Clay, 763 with a 5. That is low ET. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, once your car is run, please clear the starting line. Ladies and gentlemen, once your car is run, please clear the starting line. All right, here comes the number 2 qualifier, Don Fike, the 0260 Forged Performance Duran-backed GTR. He was due to face Janelle Clark, but Clark having problems and has broken. So the number 2 qualifier will get a single here in the left-hand side. Let's see what Fike does. Fike rolls out of the beams, and that will hurt his ET, and he lifts out of the gas to save the parts and pieces. Fike will go to the next round. With a 17 flat.
Thanks, David. Thanks for the tip, David. Appreciate it.
All right, once again, I need Pro Street drivers to the lanes, please. Pro Street drivers. Need you to the lanes, please. I need car number 14, car number 15, car number 16, car number 17, car number 18, car number 19, car number 20, car number 26, car number 27, car number 29, car number 24, number 28, and 25. Pro Street drivers. Need you to lanes 11 and 12, please. Pro Street drivers. Lanes 11 and 12, please. Our final pair about to hit the starting line in DCT Extreme. Our final pair. Mike Dorsick, the number 9 qualifier out of Sissio Performance. The white with orange and yellow accent stripes, GTR, over on the left-hand side. Qualified with a 1066 for the number 9 spot. We'll go up against Natalia Femenia out of Smithfield, Virginia, 2015 GTR. That's the black and white one. Over on the right-hand side, qualified number 4, 798 with a 1. So the higher qualified car on the right, the underdog on the left, they're all ready. Right-hand side getting a huge hole shot. Nally did a great job driving yesterday, reels it in, and goes 799 with a 0 at 177 miles an hour to get the win. A 12:35 at just 1:13 as Dorset continues to have issues. And will go down swinging as Natalia will complete the round and move into round number 2. Once again, Pro Street drivers. Looking for you in lanes 11 and 12. We are missing some of you. Pro Street drivers. I need you to lanes 11 and 12, please. Pro Street drivers. Need you to lanes 11 and 12, please. All right, attention in the pits. I need GR6 Extreme, the lanes 11 and 12, please. GR6 Extreme, lanes 11 and 12 for round number 1.
Moscow Supercharge. Thank you for the tip, Moscow Supercharge. We got some people from Russia over here. All right, let's do it.
Car number 13 and car 11. Need you to lanes 11 and 12 at this time for round 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for round number 1 of Pro Street, and the burnout of car 25 perfectly illustrates why we need to keep the starting line clear. As the burnout was being done, that car was real close to the orange center. So again, if you are...
Killboy.com, thank you for the tip. Edward Sarkisjan. Damn, I killed that, baby. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, everybody, for the tips. You guys help out a lot. Definitely going to help pay for some of these equipment, that's for sure.
260 forged and Duran backed. 2014 GTR on the left. The number 10 qualifier on the left with an 848. The number 4 qualifier on the right, 771. The underdog over on the left-hand side doing all that he can to stay with him side by side. The upset, 764 out of the left-hand side for Duran, 185 miles an hour, 776 at 185 for Jan Bueller. The number 4 qualifier going down to the number 10 qualifier. Duran reached in and found a whole lot of performance. 764 at 185 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, 0.02 of a second. That's about half a fender length for Duran, the number 17 car. Going on to round number 2, the number 10 qualifier, unleashing a 764. All right, here comes our next pair. Bobby Fazio and Tony Ernest coming up. The shop, Houston, representing Houston, Texas, left-hand side for car number 16. A 2020 GTR looking oh so sexy in black. That is Bobby Fazio's ride. Number 12 qualifier, 859, his best number. Looks over on the right-hand side, sees Tony Ernest, a Sissio performance-based. 2015 GTR, your number 6 qualifier, 792 out of the blue GTR. We're all staged and ready. The whole shot from the right-hand side for Tony Ernst. He has almost a perfect reaction time, 001. Top end says 784, 186 miles an hour for Tony Ernst, his best pass of the weekend. He will take down the 808 from Bobby Fazio. Once again, clear the starting line, ladies and gentlemen. Please clear the starting line. Ladies and gentlemen, please clear the starting line. We ask your assistance in this. Please clear the starting line. Once again, I have called GR6 Extreme. GR6 Extreme. Lanes 11 and 12 for your round 1 pairings. GR6 Extreme. GR6 Extreme. To lanes 11 and 12 to be paired up, please. All right, here comes Christina Dodworth and Andrew Harold, but Andrew Harold suspiciously missing. The number 8 qualifier out of Bonita Springs, Florida. Missing for round number 1, that means Christina. Out of Pennsylvania, the T1 Raceback 2013 GTR, the number 2 qualifier. We'll go to round number 2. The question is she going to try to exercise it and put down faster than a 743? A little bit of a bobble out of the gate. Oh, and looks like might be having issues as she coasts down the 8th mile. Once again, GR6 Extreme. GR6 Extreme. Need you to lanes, please. GR6 Extreme. GR6 Extreme. Need you to the lanes, please. Car number 8, Schultz. Car number 3, Shepard. Car number 12, Dodworth. Car number 23, Barnett. Car number 7, Shaw. Car number 1, Stanley. Car number 13, Catalan Terrace. Car number 11, Savignon. Car number 4, Torres. I need those drivers in GR6 Extreme. Lanes 11 and 12 at this time, please. All right, here comes our next pair, Nick Cucci and Chris Sassy. Cucci out of Brentwood, Tennessee, the Fluid Pay Boost and Performance backed flat blue 2013 GTR. Car number 19. Over on the left-hand side, qualified number 11 with an 856. On the right-hand side is Chris Sassy. Out of the shop, Houston, 2020 GTR, qualified number 5, 789. So the higher qualified car on the right, the underdog on the left. They're in and ready. hand side with the hole shot, has to drive it around. Left side staying with him. Top end says right hand side. Oh, hole shot, ladies and gentlemen. 775 takes out a 745. Holy cow. By 0.04 of a second, Chris Sassy getting a hole shot victory. And we'll go to round number 2. A 775 getting the better of a 745. That's all in the reaction time, ladies and gentlemen. Sassy left the starting line first and held off the faster Coochie to win and go to round number 2. Billy Massengale coming up next was supposed to be facing Harold, but Harold is missing. So Massengale will get a single. And Massengale will save the parts and pieces. We'll go to round number 2 with a 15:52. That means the Massengale will run up.
All right, it's unanimous. Starting line it is. That's how we leave it. Thank you for the comments. And let's get it. Some good racing going on.
Should be facing Dat Lee out of Stockbridge, Georgia. The Saw Shop backed 2016 GTR, car number 14. Over on the right-hand side, we'll get a single as Lopez is a no-show. So the right side will get a single. And Datley will make a full pull. Right-hand side, 794, 181 miles an hour for Datley. That will move him into round number 2. Once again, drivers and crew, please clear the starting line. Drivers and crew, please clear the starting line. Once your car is run, please clear the starting line. Okay, here comes our final car, David Roschneider. Out of Winnebago, Illinois, AMS Performance Pack 2009 GTR, your number 1 qualifier. He ran 703 at 204 miles an hour, and he will coast down. That will give up lane choice to Chris Cassie in round number 2, but that will wrap up round number 1 of Pro Street. Once again, I need GR6 Extreme, GR6 Extreme. To lanes 11 and 12, please. I have 9 of you on the sheet, but only 4 of you in the lanes. GR6 Extreme, GR6 Extreme. Need you 2 lanes, please. And once again, all crew, once your driver has run, I ask you please clear the starting line. Once your once your driver has run, please clear the starting line. As we are starting to get a little bit of a bottleneck here, and that is a safety concern. So I would ask that you please clear the starting line. All right, attention in the pits, DCT Street for round number 2. DCT Street for round number 2. I need you to the lanes, please. DCT Street for round number 2. Need you to the lanes, please. I need Garcia, Zwolinski, DeSano, Stowe, and Locke. I need you all to the staging lanes for round number 2 of DCT Street. All right, first pair is now a single. As Shaw getting a single over the broke Barnett. So Parent Shaw will go on to the next round and save the parts and pieces. The CMC AMS-backed Chicago ride, 1936, good enough to get a win light and go on to round number 2. Once again, crew members, once your vehicle has made the pass, please clear the starting line. It will enable us to continue to race. We appreciate that. Thank you. Once again, I have called DCT Street for round number 2. DCT Street. For round number 2, the 5 drivers remaining: car number 63, car number 48, car number 51, car number 46, and car number 65. Need you back to lanes for round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first pair, Devin Schultz and Marcelo Duran. Duran, an unknown quantity in the red car, as he did not make a pass yesterday, as he lines up against the number 1 qualifier, Devin Schultz, out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, the Boostin' Performance Pack 2009 GTR on the left side. Your number 1 qualifier, 691 with a 6 at 207 miles an hour. All right, so Duran having some issues in the burnout box. We'll roll to the starting line as, once again, an unknown quantity here, ladies and gentlemen. He did not make a pass yesterday. So Devin Schultz, the heavy favorite on the left-hand side. Unknown how we're going to do here. Let's see. Right-hand side does get it in gear, but Schultz leaving nothing to chance, rockets down the left side. 7 flat with a 4, 205 miles an hour for Devin. A 977 at 98 miles an hour for Duran with no burnout. Not a bad lap at all, but Schultz just slams the door shut.
That boosting car was shaking the building over here. That's that boosting car is insane. I don't know. Something tells me that's going to be the winner of that class.
Well, because we cannot get cars through, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, DCT Street for round number 2. I need you to the lanes, please. DCT Street for round number 2. I need you to the lanes, please. Car number 63 is already there, thank you. Car number 48, Zwolinski. Car number 51, DeSano. Car number 46, Stowe. And car number 65, Locke. I need you to the lanes for round number 2 of DCT Street. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to GR6 Extreme. Our second pair. Asia Torres out of Davie, Florida, the Miami Diner Room backed 2009 GTR on the left. He qualified number 10 at kind of a aloof 12:29. Working through some problems yesterday and faces the number 5 qualifier, Cesar Savignon. Out of New Jersey, the Switzer Team Insanity backed 2009 GTR. That's the car over on the right side. So the higher qualified car on the right, the underdog on the left. They're staged and ready. Left side gets the whole shot. And the right side says, I'm done playing, see you later. 751, 190 miles an hour for Savignon to get the win and move on to the next round. A 14-second pass, the result for Torres. Too little, too late. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final pair in round number 1 of GR6 Extreme. And it is a big one. George Dodworth and John Shepard. The current ET record holder, 651. Over on the right-hand side. So far this weekend, not doing up to par. 1161, the best pass so far. But still, can't be taken lightly. John Shepard, the number 4 qualifier, the Shep Trans-backed car on the left-hand side, out of North Lawrence, Ohio. Number 4 qualifier at 739. Comes into this race as the favorite, based on qualifying. But once again, the car on the right-hand side, the current national record holder. So Shepard on the left, Dodworth on the right. Ohio represent left-hand side, Pennsylvania representing on the right-hand side. Shepard is staged. Dodworth is in. And Dodworth exploding the car as he just before the 8th mile shoots out 9:04 and gets the win light in the T1 racebacked car. So ladies and gentlemen, all those shards that you just saw, that was the drive shaft exiting stage rear. So even though George Dodworth getting the win there, that might be the end of his day as he exploded the drive shaft. So that one is going to take a little bit of time to clean up, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll be down here for just a minute. Once again, I have called.
Hey, at least George won the round, so hey, maybe they can get it fixed and keep going. So we'll see what happens.
Street, I'm looking for 5 of you. I see. With 5 cars remaining, car number 63, your number 6 qualifier, Garcia, gets a bye run here. And Garcia. Who got by RG in round number 1 when RG suffered problems. So Garcia will go to the semifinals on a single pass. We'll save the parts and pieces. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. I need DCT Extreme, DCT Extreme to the lanes, please, for round number 2. DCT Extreme, DCT Extreme. I need you to the lanes for round number 2, please. DCT Extreme. Cars number 31, car number 35, car 37, car 39, and car 41 for DCT Extreme. Need you to lanes, please. All right, here comes our first pair of round number 2, Alec DeSano and David Zawolinsky. They're all staged and ready. DeSano, the number 5 qualifier, looking to strap one on the number 3 qualifier. Gets the hole shot. Can he hold him off? 896, beating an 884, ladies and gentlemen. DeSano gets the hole shot and makes it stick to go to the semifinals. An 896 beats an 884. The number 3 qualifier, David Zawolinsky, is done. So the Rata Race Lab 4-door goes to the semifinals. Your number 3 qualifier is parked. That leaves 1 pair left in DCT Street. Once again, I have called DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme. Need you to the lanes, please. DCT Extreme. Car number 39, Freimeyer. Car number 37, Kira. Car number 31, Martin. Car number 35, Fike. And car number 41, Femenia. I need those 5 drivers to come to the lanes for round number 2 of DCT Extreme. Our final pair in DCT Street, Kevin Stowe and Lindsay Locke. Locke in the Porsche out of Sissio Performance out of Georgia on the right. Stowe, the Sissio Performance backed Orange Ride on the left. They're all staged and ready. Here we go. The Porsche gets the whole shot, the number 9 qualifier. Looking to lay one down on the number 7 qualifier. Stowe is digging. Can he get there? No! Another whole shot victory. 9:60, taking out a 9:43. 0.2 of a second, the margin of victory. An 0:13 reaction time for Lindsay Locke. Holy cow! Lindsay Locke, a great reaction time, and that will move Lindsay to the semifinals with a bye run to the finals. The Porsche driver, the number 9 qualifier in a 10-car field, will go to the final round. That moves us to DCT Elite 8, ladies and gentlemen, the semifinal round. The first pair, an all-female battle. Amy Paolo and Brooke Barini. Paolo out of Rockwall, Texas. The 2016 Audi R8. Car number 50 in the left-hand lane. Qualified number 4 with an 824. Brooke Barini, the number 2 qualifier, the Alpha Princess. On the right-hand side, qualified number 2, 818 out of Leesburg, Virginia. Based on previous runs, Barini comes in the underdog by 1/10 of a second. A red light for Amy Paolo. She goes for the whole shot and comes up empty. Brooke Barini goes to her second final round in a row. How about an 8:16, 166 miles an hour for Brooke Barini. Her best run of the weekend, as the foul for Amy Paolo throws away a quicker 8:09. So Brooke Barini going to her second final in a row. Amy Paolo wastes an 8:09 at 174 miles an hour. All for naught. The red light start doomed her chances. Here comes your other semifinal. Who will face Brooke Barini in the final? Alex Rodriguez in the Lamborghini. Car number 68 on the left side. Lance Kane, the West Chicago, Illinois-based 2017 Audi on the right-hand side. Car number 49. Rodriguez, the number 3 qualifier in the Lamborghini, gone as quick as 8:22 this weekend. The number 1 qualifier, Lance Kane, how about an 8:02 at 173, just a tick or two away from the 7-second zone. Who will face the number 2 qualifier, Brooke Barini, in the final? We're about to find out. The whole shot for the number 1 qualifier by a couple ticks. He's out there in front on the right-hand side. How about a 7-second pass? There it is. 795, 178 miles an hour for Lance Kane. The Illinois-based car going to the finals to deny Rodriguez's game. 828 at 182.
That guy is actually taking a photo of my wireless receiver, actually. I guess he wants to know what equipment I'm using. He wasn't taking a photo of the cars for sure.
So that will wrap up the semifinals of DCT Elite 8. That will move us to DCT Extreme. Once again, DCT Extreme. If you are not in the lanes, we need you there. DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme. If you are not in the staging lanes, we need you there, please. DCT Extreme, come to the lanes. That means I need Pro Street. Pro Street for round number 2. Pro Street, round number 2. Need you to the lanes, please. Pro Street. Pro Street, round number 2. Need you to the lanes, please. Pro Street, round number 2. Need you to the lanes, please. right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. DCT Extreme. We're going to open with a Lamborghini versus GTR battle. Jordan Martin and Clay Kerr. Martin, the Prime Cuts Alpha AMS back 2015 Lamborghini on the left-hand side of the racetrack. Qualified number 10. Did not make a representative pass yesterday, but first round, he uncorked a good one. How about 774 for the first full shot for the Lamborghini this weekend? That moves him into this battle, the favorite against Clay Kerr's T1 Raceback 2017 GTR. The number 3 qualifier at 790. So a couple of 7-second cars will open battle right here in DCT Extreme. They were separated by about 1/10 of a second out of their first round matchup, so it's anyone's game here. The Lamborghini getting the whole shot and will stay in front of the GTR all the way down 750, 189.90 miles an hour for Jordan Martin. That will get him the win over the 776 at 179 for Clay. Wow. Wheel standing Lamborghini just laying down a 750. So after all the problems Jordan Martin suffered from yesterday, back-to-back 7-second runs have moved him into the semifinals in DCT Extreme. Here comes our next pair, Don Fike and Natalia Femenia. Natalia, out of Virginia, 2015 GTR, occupying the right-hand side of the racetrack. Qualified number 4 with a 798 and went 799 in round number 1. Will face Don Fike, the number 2 qualifier. The GTR on the left side, qualified number 2 with a 784. And had a broke-by run first round and just idled it down the racetrack. So Natalia comes in with lane choice and a 7-second pass on eliminations day. Fike has been faster, but again, a pair of 7-second capable cars rolling up to the line right now. An all-white GTR battle. One of them will go to the semifinals. The whole shot going to Fike on the left-hand side. Once again, Natalia driving it in the right-hand side and has to bail. An 828 at 163 miles an hour, a little slower than expected for Don Fike, but that's good enough to get him a win, and it will move him to the semifinals. Natalia, unfortunately, suffering traction losses. Her GTR moving around just a little too much on the right-hand side, and she has to give up the pursuit to go down swinging in round number 2 of eliminations. That will bring up our single for DCT Extreme. This is Jesse Freimeyer, the CCO Performance Back 2015 GTR, your number 1 qualifier. He went 779 in qualifying day yesterday, went 767 in his first pass. And this time, he will just roll down the racetrack to save the parts and pieces. That will move him into a semifinal battle against Jordan Martin's Lamborghini. The guy who qualified at the bottom of the field will have lane choice. The Lamborghini going into the semifinals is the favorite role over the number 1 qualifier. It's funny how things change from qualifying. Once again, I'm looking for Pro Street drivers. Pro Street drivers, looking for you in the lanes. Pro Street drivers. Pro Street drivers, looking for you in the lanes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round number 2 of Pro Street. Kicking off right here, Billy Massingale and Tony Ernest. Ernest out of Sissio Performance 2015 GTR. That's the blue car on the right-hand side. Qualified number 6 with a 792. Stepped it up and went 784 in round number 1. He will face Billy Massingale out of Cleveland, Tennessee. The shop, Houston-backed gray GTR on the left-hand side. Number 3 qualifier, 758 is what he ran in qualifying. First round, he had an opponent broke single and idled it down. A couple of 7-second capable rides, all staged up for round number 2. The whole shot going to Tony Ernest. The left side's parachute comes out. He's still going down the racetrack. An 814 at 162 miles an hour, losing to the whole shot aided 830 at 159 miles an hour. So Massingale going 162 miles an hour with the parachute out the entire way. Tony Ernst, car number 29, 830 at 159. We'll go to the semifinals. So car number 6 qualifier upsets the number 3 qualifier who made an 814 run with the parachute out the whole way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 1 qualifier versus number 5 qualifier coming up next. Chris Sassy, the number 5 qualifier. Shop Houston-based 2020 GTR on the right-hand side. David Roschneider, the Illinois AMS Performance-based 2009 GTR on the left side. Your number 1 qualifier, 703 at 204 miles an hour for the AMS Performance-backed ride. They're staged and ready. Left side gets the whole shot and then suffers breakage. The right-hand side. 8 flat with a 4 at just 161 miles an hour for Chris Sassy. But that's good enough to move to the semifinals. So the number 5 qualifier upsetting the number 1 qualifier who falls due to breakage. Suffering for breakage, so Dat Lee will get the single. And that will wrap up round number 2 of Pro Street. So that'll move us into GR6 Extreme. GR6 Extreme, I need 4 of you. GR6 Extreme, need 4 of you. GR6 Extreme. And our first pair has turned into a bye run as Savignon will get the single here. The New Jersey Switzer Team Insanity 2009 GTR will just make a part-saving single here. And once again, as long as you take the tree and get the green light, you do not need to go down the racetrack. So car number 11 will move to the semifinals. Once again, once your driver has made the pass, we ask that you please clear the starting line and please keep the front of the staging lanes clear. Okay, now this car is a designated buy run. This is Perrin Shaw, the Illinois CMC AMS backed 2012 GTR. They will move on to the semifinals. So that leaves us with one pair remaining. Once again, I have called round number 3 of DCT Street. Once again, I have called DCT Street for round number 3. Your semifinal round. I need you to the lanes, please. DCT Street. Need you to the lanes, please. DCT Street. Need you to the lanes, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have our 2 drivers remaining. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final pair in round number 2 of GR6 Extreme. And this one is a doozy. Devin Schultz and George Dotworth. Both of these drivers were in the mix in the semifinals or the finals of their class last year. So obviously they both want to advance and go a little bit further. The current record holder, George Dotworth, the Pennsylvania-based 2009 GTR on the right-hand side. Devin Schultz, your number 1 qualifier out of Boost and Performance on the left side. So again, this is a big matchup. Your number 1 qualifier, Devin Schultz, the Illinois-based Boost and Performance back 2009 GTR. That's the gray car. Again, a 691, 207 miles an hour, the fastest car on the property. Rolling into the left-hand side staging beams. George Dotworth. So far his best performance this weekend, a 9:04. Far off of his normal pace, but again, you never count a world record holder out. Devin's ready. Dotworth is in. Oh, both of them good on the Christmas tree. A 003 reaction time for Devin. Hold on to it. A little bit of smoke out of the end of a 696 at 208 miles an hour. His best speed of the weekend. Devin Schultz had to fight it as it was dancing around on him, and he had some smoke come out of the end. So we're going to send the track truck out to check it out. I'll tell you what, they were only separated by a half a tenth at the 8th mile. A 463 for Devin Schultz, a 469 for Dotworth. Dotworth had 182 miles an hour speed, so he was closing fast, and both of them, great reaction times. A 003 light for Devin Schultz. That's 0.03 of a second away from perfect. Dotworth, not bad. An 039 green. Both drivers wanted that win, but Schultz gets the win and will move to the semifinals with his second 6-second pass of the weekend. Once again, DCT Extreme. DCT Extreme. Need you for the semifinals. DCT Extreme. Need you for the semifinals. Here comes our semifinals, round number 3 in DCT Street. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 2022 GTR World Cup, brought to you by Facetto. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 cars remain in the semifinals of DCT Street. Here's our only pair. Alec DeSanto, the Rata Race Lab backed Audi 4-door, left side, number 5 qualifier, 9 flat with a 1 at 154 miles an hour. He went 896 on his last lap and comes in to face the number 6 qualifier, Manuel Garcia, the M Engineering backed ride on the right-hand side. He qualified number 6 with a 914, and so far has made a couple of easy laps. So on paper, left-hand side, fastest pass to fastest pass, has about a 0.2 of a second advantage. So far we have seen a bunch of whole shot victories and upsets today. The number 5 qualifier going in against the number 6 qualifier. One of them will go to the finals to face the number 9 qualifier, Locke, in his Porsche. They're all staged and ready. A red light for Garcia by 0.8 of a second. He knew he had to take a shot at it. The Audi driver will go to the finals on a 901, 154 miles an hour pass. DeSanto from the number 5 qualifying spot, consistent all day, will go to the finals. It will be an Audi versus Porsche final in DCT Street Class, ladies and gentlemen. So that will bring up Lindsay Locke, the Cummings, Georgia. Beautiful blue 2017 Porsche in the right-hand lane. Qualified number 9 at the bottom of the field with a 986. And it's been consistent. Went 979 in round number 1 and a 986 in round number 2. Has the bye run here in the semifinals. We'll go to the final round. Question is, can Lindsay Locke find 0.8 of a second to battle against DeSanto? Little slow off the starting line. Porsche driver on a pass. 999 with a 9 on the end of it at 147 miles an hour and having some problems off the starting line. So Locke making the worst pass of the weekend. Goes into the final a heavy underdog, but still the number 9 qualifier advancing all the way to the final to face the number 5 qualifier. So DeSanto will race Locke. Martin, who qualified number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, your number 10 qualifier against your number 1 qualifier. And again, here's a great example of why we don't race on paper. If you looked at a piece of paper from qualifying, you'd say, I'll take the GTR all day long. The Sissio performance-backed ride in the right-hand side for Freimeyer. He qualified number 1 with a 779 and has improved that to a 767. Car on the left side did not go through qualifying very well, Jordan Martin. And since then, he has stepped up big. 774 in round number 1. 750 in round number 2. That's the Lamborghini driver. So even though he qualified number 10, the favorite right now, left-hand lane. So Jordan Martin, the Prime Cuts AMS-backed Lamborghini on the left. Jesse Freimeyer, the Sissio performance-backed ride, the GTR on the right. They're staged and ready. Here we go. A wheel stand for the Lamborghini, but he got hole shot by the GTR. He's digging. He's digging. He did get there. A hole shot victory. 767 beats a 743. Jordan Martin's best pass of the weekend. 743, and it's all for naught. As Jesse Freimeyer got the whole shot in the GTR, the number 1 qualifier will go to the final round will face this man right here, Don Fike, your number 2 qualifier. Now, if we did race on paper, this is how it would go down. The number 1 qualifier and the number 2 qualifier go on opposite sides of the ladder. If they win through like they should, the final round would be number 1 qualifier versus number 2 qualifier, and that's what we have happening here. The number 2 qualifier is Fike, so he will get a single here. And that's all he had to do. He just had to break the beams. So he will go to the final and will give up lane choice to Freimeyer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am looking for Pro Street drivers. Pro Street drivers. Need you to the lanes, please. Pro Street drivers. Pro Street drivers. Number 14 I see is in the lanes. I need cars number 26 and car number 29, please. Need Pro Street drivers 26, Sassy. And car number 29, Ernest. I need you to the lanes, please. Car number 14, Dat Lee, scheduled for the bye run here. So he is going to idle down the racetrack to make it to the finals. Question of who he will face will be answered here in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes your semifinal in Pro Street. Tony Ernest and Chris Sassy. A couple of GTRs going to stage up here to determine who will face Dat Lee in the final round of Pro Street. Tony Ernest, the number 6 qualifier out of Sissio Performance, 2015 GTR on the left. That's the blue car. His best pass so far today, he went 792 in qualifying. Went 784 in a round 1 victory. Chris Sassy, the number 5 qualifier, the Shop Houston back 2020 GTR on the right side. So far he's gone 8 flat and 775, so this one could be good. Whole shot for the left-hand side and spins out of the gate, and Sassy takes advantage. Sassy, check it out. How about 754, 188 miles an hour. His best pass by a bunch. Sassy got hole-shotted by Ernst by almost 0.2 of a second, but an 807 will not hold off a 754. So that will move Chris Sassy, the 2020 GTR driver, to the final round to race Dat Lee, and by a long shot, Chris Sassy will have lane choice in the final of Pro Street. That will move us to GR6 Extreme, ladies and gentlemen. So GR6 Extreme. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first final round moving into position. This is the Pro Street class, the first final of the 2022 GTR World Cup here at Bradenton Motorsports Park, brought to us by Facetto. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our first final round. The 2022 GTR World Cup, Dat Lee and Chris Sassy. Chris Sassy, the 2020 GTR out of the shop, Houston. Right-hand side, he qualified number 5 with a 789 for that car. Comes into the final round on the strength of a 754 pass. He will face Dat Lee out of Stockbridge, Georgia. The Saw Shop backing his efforts in the 2016 GTR. He qualified number 7 with an 808. His best pass today, a 791 in a round 1 victory. So the advantage on paper goes to Chris Sassy, both in qualifying efforts and elapsed times today. But this is the final. As we have seen today, anything can happen. They are pre-staged. Dat Lee shows he's ready. Chris Sassy says, let's play. The whole shot to the right-hand side. Drives through a little bit of tire shake. Dat Lee coming back top end, says Dat Lee will get the win. 8:38 beating an 8:49, the better reaction time to Chris Sassy, who led him all the way down and then falters at the end, and Dat Lee comes around, your number 7 qualifier, the winner in the Pro Street class. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please vacate the starting line. All members, please vacate the starting line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so once again, your winner, Dat Lee, in the Pro Street category. Congratulations to him. Winner of $6,000. All right, here comes our final in DCT Street. A couple drivers that probably didn't expect to make it this far, but here we are, the number 5 qualifier and the number 9 qualifier. Rattle Race Lab backing the efforts of Alec DeSano on the left. That's the Audi sedan. He will face Lindsay Locke out of Sissio Performance in Cummings, Georgia-based Porsche on the right side. The favorite here on the left-hand side. A bunch of 9.0 performances. The Porsche going for the whole shot and finds a whole lot of neutral. Alec DeSano checks out left-hand side. An 890, 154 miles an hour, his best pass of the weekend. And a decided victory for Alec DeSano and Rattle Race Lab. Congratulations to them. Lindsay Locke, the number 9 qualifier, made it all the way to the final before the Porsche suffers problems. He had the whole shot, and that was the end of his chances. So a valiant effort for your number 9 qualifier, but unfortunately, he will score the runner-up spot. Congratulations to Alec DeSano. He is your winner in DCT Street. All right, ladies and gentlemen, top end is clear. Drivers, suit back up. We're about to go back to action. All drivers, suit back up, please. Drivers, go ahead and suit back up. Drivers, go ahead and suit back up and get ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes your final in DCT Elite 8. Lance Kane and Brooke Barini. This is the way that it should go on paper. Number 1 versus number 2 qualifier. The number 1 qualifier, Lance Kane, the West Chicago, Illinois-based 2017 Audi, in the right-hand side of the racetrack. Qualified number 1 at an 8:02 and has already been in the 7s to get to the finals. Opposite Lance is Brooke Barini. She has been in this position before. She was runner-up here last year. The Alpha Princess, the Alpha AMS-backed 2009 GTR out of Leesburg, Virginia. You might have seen this car run not once, but twice on the Hoonigan This Versus That series. Who's going to take the win here in Elite 8? They're staged and ready. Brooke gets the whole shot. The Audi is already pulled even and is starting to pull away. A 7 at 90 at 179 miles an hour for Lance Kane. The Audi will take the win. Your number one qualifier runs the table. Brooke Barini, a solid 825 at 168 mile an hour pass. She had a better reaction time, but that was all for naught. By the 8th mile, Lance Kane had pulled around, and it continued to extend his lead. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here comes your final round in DCT Extreme. Don Fike and Jesse Freimeyer. And again, as it should be on paper, your number 1 versus number 2 qualifier is your final. This is the way it should work based on the ladder. If they qualify number 1 and number 2 and they win their respective matchups, the top 2 qualifiers should run each other in the final. Don Fike, the 0260 Forge Performance and Duran-backed white GTR 2014 model. Over on the left side, number 2 qualifier, 784, his best pass yesterday. Jesse Freimeyer, Sissio Performance back 2015 GTR, the gray car in the right side, number 1 qualifier, 779. This is his best pass yesterday. So far, the best pass today for both of them. They were in the 7s. Jesse holds the whole shot, and by a lot. He's out by a couple of car lengths early over Don Fike. He will hold it all the way through 762, 189 miles an hour for Jesse Freimeyer, winning it with authority as Don Fike 867 at a lifting 136 miles an hour for him. Jesse Freimeyer, his best pass of the day. He had a pair of 767s, turns it up in the final to go 762 at 189.5 mile an hour. Jesse Freimeyer, your second number 1 qualified car to win class in DCT Extreme. That leaves 1 class left, and here it is, GR6 Extreme. Perrin Shaw and Cesar Savignon. This is your final, ladies and gentlemen, GR6 Extreme. Your number 6 qualifier, Shaw out of Illinois. The CMC AMS Performance-backed ride in the left-hand side. Cesar Savignon, the Switzer Team Insanity, green GTR in the right-hand side. Based out of New Jersey, he was your number 5 qualifier. So Savignon, best pass this weekend, 751 in eliminations, 742 in qualifying. As he attempts a second burnout and obviously likes the result of that one a little better, so he will move up to stage. Perrin Shaw, Illinois-based 2012 GTR that sits patiently waiting in the left-hand side. Shaw today had a couple of broken opponents, so he has made it to the final round unscathed. The question is what does he have ready for the final? They are pre-staged. Shaw rolls in and ready. Savignon says, let's dance. A red light for Perrin Shaw as he goes for the whole shot and comes up empty. Cesar Savignon, 744, 193 miles an hour. Look at Perrin Shaw, 721 at 203 miles an hour, and he throws it away on an 033 red light. So Shaw thought he might have needed the whole shot after a couple of easy runs, goes for the throat and misses with a red light, and then throws down a 0.2 of a second better pass and exceeds 200 miles an hour. Only the third car to do that this weekend. All for naught, and Cesar is the beneficiary. Ladies and gentlemen, Cesar Savignon, your winner in GR6 Extreme. Then it looks like we will have a single pass here, an exhibition run to wrap things up for the evening. This is George Dotworth, the current ET record holder for GTRs at 6:51. He went out last round. So the crew trying to take advantage of the conditions that are here at Bradenton Motorsports Park and see if he can make a solid run here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that if you are on the property and you are parked on the pavement, that you move your race rigs, street cars, trucks, all of it to the grass area before you leave for dinner tonight. Otherwise, they will be towed. Dodworth staging up. Dodworth on a solid pass so far. 449 at the 8, 666 with an 8. 227 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. That is low ET of the meet. 666 with an 8, 227.92 miles an hour. Holy cow. Dodworth just lays one down, ladies and gentlemen. The low ET and top speed of the entire meet by a lot. Over 15 miles an hour and well over 0.2 of a second. And it looks like we might have one more exhibition pass coming. Wow. After all the problems they went through this weekend, Dodworth delivers there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have one more test pass. This is Jordan Martin, the wheel-standing Lamborghini. So far, his best pass today, 750. Obviously looking to one-up that. This will be our last car to go down the racetrack today. So Jordan Martin, the AMS and Prime Cuts backed Lamborghini will roll up here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Density altitude still favorable, 113 feet below sea level. Martin trying to take advantage of those weather conditions. Little wheel stand in second gear. This one's gonna be good. Top end says 739 with a 2 at 195.90 miles an hour for Martin, and his crew is happy with that. His best ET and best speed of the weekend, a 125 60 foot. That is a solid run. 488 with a 1 at 153 miles an hour to the 8th mile. And Martin, 739, 195.90 miles an hour for the Lamborghini. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will officially wrap us up here. So on behalf of the GTR World Cup staff, Eric and his crew, we thank them so much for choosing Bradenton Motorsports Park to be a part of this one.
All right. Yep. That wraps it up. We are done. Time for me to start picking up stuff. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate every like, every comment, and every donation. You guys sponsored this stream, all right? You guys are the sponsors. You guys make it happen. Without you guys, I don't do this stuff, all right? So I appreciate it. Thank you, and that's it. I'm out of here. See you guys on the next one. Next stream with my equipment, me on site, will be TX2K22. Shh, don't tell anybody. Nobody's supposed to know that. All right? Oops. See you guys later, and see you on the next one.